This is Dunja, 60-minute coach, and I just met a friend who kind of plain straight asked me, what is coaching? She's a microbiologist and, of course she's heard of it, but she wasn't really clear what exactly I do or what do coaches do in general. And I started explaining to her probably the major kind of crossroads where coaching finds itself, especially today, and how I see it. I see it as a crossroads between basically consulting and therapy. And why it's neither, it's because it takes kind of the best of both. It takes the strategic thinking from consulting, and it takes emotional processing from therapy. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't provide the solution as the consultant does to a client, nor does it basically do major healing as therapy does. What it does do is provide, I would say, breakthroughs on the way to a certain goal by basically dropping the baggage that is confusing the person who is having this particular obstacle. So, and the baggage is usually 95% of time emotional. So, if you'd ask this person to talk about that particular emotional problem, they might be defensive, they might not be really happy to talk about it, they, would like to avoid it somehow because it's too painful. However, why coaching is this kind of, I almost dare say, an amazing new paradigm of helping people, is because there is a huge motivation. Neither in consulting nor in therapy does the person internally have huge motivation. They're either hiring a consultant to solve the problem for themselves, completely kind of disempowering themselves, or in therapy, they're hiring, a therapist to help them, solve the problem. Neither of these two people really empower the person. And one huge thing which is different from therapy, coaching and therapy, is that what I think is the key for transformation and for this amazing fast transformation which happens in coaching is the fact that therapists usually help people adapt to the world as is. And coaches help people create the world they want. Imagine that type of motivation. So, if you're motivated because you can actually create the change you want to see in the world and not just adapt to the world as is, you will go through anything. I don't have to convince any of my clients to do brief emotional processing in order to, get to their goal, because that motivation of changing the world, of changing how things are and not just adapting to them, is what makes the transformation possible and miraculous. So if anyone ever asks you or anyone else to explain coaching, please just direct them to this video, because I think I've come to like the core of it, that it's the motivation that makes the person want to break through obstacles that would have chained them continuously in their life, and that they feel empowered to do it because they know they can change the reality. So you can change the reality. That's the whole point. Take care.